Thank you. Thank you so much to the Avon Foundation for Women and the Institute of Medicine for supporting Circle of Six and giving us the opportunity to present here today. I'm with Thomas Cabu, who is our creative director, and he and I are honored and excited to have been part of the very small four-person team that created the first safety app specifically for college-age students to prevent sexual assault and dating violence. I'm a filmmaker, a media strategist, and an activist. I come to anti-violence work from a very personal place. I'm also a survivor of rape. I know what it feels like to be trapped in an unfamiliar place, wishing your friends were nearby, or to feel like you can't tell anyone because you don't have the right words, or worse, because you'll be blamed. When the White House and HHS put forth the challenge, the Apps Against Abuse Technology Challenge, we all jumped at the chance to do it. Let's see. Click. There we go. So, we know how the audio works around here. So we know the grim statistics that 1 in 5 college-age women will be the victim of sexual assault. We also know that 1 in 3 teenagers have reported experiencing interpersonal violence or dating violence. These are estimates. These kinds of instances are underreported because of stigma. When we looked at the data around cell phone usage for college-age students, we saw something that was pretty exciting. I don't know if parents would agree, but 57% of college students use smartphones. 75% of students say their phones never leave their sides. I'm not a student. I definitely fall in that category. And 90% say texting, which is SMS-based communication, is important to building friendships. We saw a real opportunity combining this information to create a judgment-free mobile tool that uses harm reduction principles to prevent sexual violence. So a little bit about sort of my journey in this process. It begins with the film that I directed, The Line, which looks at my own sexual assault, what we call rape culture in the United States. And it also includes restorative justice principles and a filmed confrontation with my rapist. The film asked the question, where is the line of consent? And it really struck a chord with college students. The college environment, as I'm sure many of you know, is rife with victim blaming, abuse of alcohol, and unchecked privilege of fraternity members and athletes. This was a very fertile screening environment for The Line, and I went to over 60 colleges around the country, urban areas, rural areas, big schools, small schools, and had conversations about sexual assault and dating violence with hundreds of students. At University of Connecticut, a student was drugged by a bartender, woke up after being gang raped, miles from campus, lost, and no way to get home. A young woman at Cornell had to make a hard decision. She found herself alone late at night at a frat party. Should she walk across a dark campus, sleep at the frat, or let an acquaintance take her home? She took the third option, and he raped her. A young woman at University of Wisconsin wasn't sure if it was okay that her boyfriend was demanding her passwords and was constantly trying to look at her phone. Circle of Six was designed to address hundreds of similar stories. As our idea took shape, we also tested it in the field at screenings and with in-person events with students. So, and here's where really Thomas Cabu's brilliance comes into play. So our solution, we know that for students on college campuses, their friends are like family. Tight social bonds are key to the college experience. So Circle of Six lets the user choose their own safety network. It doesn't tell you who you're supposed to choose. You make that decision, hopefully thoughtfully and when sober. We used simple SMS and GPS technology, and in addition to 2 pre-programmed hotlines, we let the user choose a third. So if they want to have that be 911, that's great. If they want campus security, that's great. If they want another community organization, fine. So the user can also choose who they feel safe calling in an emergency. The key feature, and again, this is Thomas, was the design. We wanted to make sure that the design was engaging, social. It didn't have a dangerous or safety kind of feel to it. Mostly our users are women, we know this, and again, to quote an earlier presentation, pretty is important. So the app has to look good, has to look good on your phone. the other reason we wanted it not to scream law enforcement or danger is if there are prying eyes looking over your shoulder when you're using it, if you're in an abusive relationship. So now I'm going to show you a very short video about how the app works, and hopefully our volume will work. We'll see. Turned up a little bit. We have to update that video because we're also available on Android, and we also won the fabulous Avon IOM Challenge. So our response has been fantastic. We've been on the market for less than a year, and we are over 45,000 downloads, nearing 50,000. We are in 26 countries, and if you times that out by 6, we hope that we've impacted 278,000 people. 2013 is going to be an excellent year. We have a lot of great ideas. What's been exciting also is our use of the mainstream media has been really, I think the topic, especially of college rape, which is something that Cosmopolitan magazine took on for the past 2 years, is always very dire and generally in mainstream media very victim blame oriented and how they report stories. And Circle of Six was, this sort of positive solution in quotes, but it's a beginning towards some kind of tangible solution. So the media really was excited about it, and they did a lot for us to get the word out. So thanks again for letting us present here. We welcome more conversation from the brilliant people in the room about the work that we're doing, about what kind of information we can be collecting moving forward in our next versions, and ways to partner and collaborate with all of you. So thank you.